Hello, welcome to Encore. I'm Rochelle Harrison-Pless in Paris. Coming up on the show. She's one of the most bankable stars in Bollywood today, with a career that's seen her play everything from a supermodel to a schizophrenic and a shape-shifting mutant. Now, Kangana Ranaut is spreading her comedy wings, starring in Bollywood's runaway hit film Queen, which is set to open in French cinemas. Well, Kangana joins me in the studio. Let's go and meet her. Hi, Kangana Ranaut. Thanks very much for being here today. Now, you star in Queen, a bittersweet Bollywood tale of self-discovery, which hits French cinemas on the 23rd of September. Will you do the honours and give us a quick summary of what the film is about?
Well, the film is a travel film where this girl who goes through a bitter breakup with her fiancé and loses her confidence is set on a journey to discover Europe, but she ends up discovering herself, ends up, finding her self-worth and confidence.
Okay, well, let's take a quick look at a clip.
इसमें बेस्ट है किसिंग में भी इंडियन ही बेस्ट है कभी इमरान हाशमी का नाम नहीं सुना उसकी सब फिल्मों में देखो किसिंग बेस्ट है
Prove it.
मेरा हाल ना गुप्ता अंकल के जैसा हो गया है गुप्ता अंकल को ना कैंसर हो गया उन्होंने कभी शराब नहीं पी सिगरेट नहीं पी फिर भी कैंसर हो गया इससे अच्छा तो पी लेते
Now, Queen was released in your native India a year and a half ago, but it's just getting a release here in France. Now, interest in all things Bollywood, I think, is really growing here and elsewhere. How does it feel to witness this enthusiasm to this particular part of Indian culture?
For us, it's very flattering. It's extremely gratifying that our culture, our movies, and our people are so loved and welcomed in other countries, and especially Europe, because we love European films, we love French films and French actors and artists, and we are extremely thrilled to release our films here.
Okay, so mutual love all around. Now, much was made of the fact that here's a Bollywood film that does away with a central female character whose ultimate goal is to get married. So we're not seeing that anymore. Now, some said this was refreshing. Others said that in 2015 this shouldn't even be an issue. What are your thoughts on that?
It's true that this film carries a strong current of feminism in it, and I think 30 years ago also this film would have been relevant in our society and country, and it still is. So I think we really have a lot to work on in our country as far as how women's rights are and how women are treated, for sure.
Okay. Now, well, Bollywood is well known for being quite a male-dominated industry. Now, do you feel a responsibility personally to play roles that empower women?
Oh, yes. I feel some of them does sort of have very cliche and very stereotypical roles for women, and now somewhere the mainstream has the definition of mainstream has broadened, and so films like Queen are getting mainstream release, and I feel as an actor this is a great time for actresses and women.
Okay, and you've been in the game for over a decade now.
Yes.
You said you were an outsider, though, when you started in Bollywood. So how hard was it to crack the industry?
Well, it's very hard, just like any other industry, and also because there are 130 billion of us.
That's right. I forgot about that little detail.
A lot more competition there, and also it's very hard to break into an industry where you don't have much understanding of, or you don't know many people. So it's been a journey. I call it a journey of 1,000 miles.
Okay, and now one of your first box office hits was your award-winning turn as a supermodel, struggling to cope with the flagging career. That was the 2008 drama Fashion, directed by Madhur Bandakar. I
Yes,
apologise for that
that's right.
pronunciation. Let's take a quick look.
Swati, will you please get me a stole right now?
What happened to Abuki?
Come, Shonali,
What happened to her?
sit.
What happened? What happened?
Her bustier snapped.
Oh my God.
Girls, go quickly. Go.
Shonali,
Will you please go for your finale
just
lineup?
relax. Calm down.
Please.
Calm down.
Help
Okay?
us stop the media from coming inside. Just relax. Calm down, Shonali.
Okay, well, earlier in your career, you were criticised by some in the Indian press for taking on, quote, neurotic roles. You then branched out into comedy with films like Tanu Weds Manu and its sequel, which came out this
Right,
year, I believe.
yes.
Now, how challenging was it to make that move into the comedic roles?
I think, yes, my earlier choices were kind of limiting me, and I won't call it just my choices because I wasn't really offered many roles and I wasn't doing really well, so I was sort of trapped in all neurotic characters. But Queen has been a life-changing experience, and the humor is very subtle. The best part is that it's a humor that is universal as opposed to the loud slapstick typical
Of the Bollywood genre, you mean? Right, okay. Well, in Bollywood circles, you've been singled out for speaking your mind on certain issues, from marriage to wage equality. Why do you think this has earned you a reputation as being outspoken?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to be any other way because I'll just be myself. But it's a shame that you are being called out for being outspoken as opposed to someone. If a guy does that, he's supposed to be cool or maverick or supposed to be aspirational. But when I think a woman does it, she just comes across someone who's too opinionated. But I won't change.
No, don't change. Don't change, Kangana. Well said. And I wanted to ask you, because I did read that you were once asked to endorse skin whitening creams, but you refused
Yes.
to do that. Do you feel a need to break Indian society's obsession with fair skin and perhaps, the discrimination directed at those with darker skin?
It's very sad, and I find it extremely humiliating because we are a country of people, who and Indians, I think we are beautiful, and our women should not be subjected to this discrimination, and they shouldn't be. It's just they're just sort of being stripped of their confidence and their self-worth by endorsement of such creams called fairness creams, and I oppose it, and I am very, very ashamed that many celebs propagate it and endorse it. I just can't do my bit.
Okay, I wasn't aware that celebrities in India actually endorse.
They do.
There are plenty of those
And
endorse those creams.
and the ones who are in A League and people really look up to, and the way advertisements are, it's just like someone who's wheatish. They're subjected to they don't get jobs. This is how the storyline of advertisement. They don't get spouses, or relationships are not working because of their wheatish skin and brown skin, and then they find this cream and they apply it and they become lighter, and then the world is nicer to them.
Wow.
It is so painful that you can't just sit through something. So I'd call it criminal, but actors do that. So does many other models, and I feel that we mustn't fall for such traps.
It's also your sister. I read that your sister is darker skinned, and that was actually also one of the reasons.
So am I. I'm a brown girl, and I'm so proud of myself, and I wouldn't want to be any other way. I get so much attention being like this, and I don't want to be any other way.
Fair enough. So, well, Kangana, what's next for you? You've got this great film Queen coming out in French cinemas. What's next?
Now my another release is on the 18th September, and it's called Katti Batti, and then there are more films coming next year. So I'm looking forward to French release of Queen. It's a very special film to me.
Okay, and you said earlier before the show that you're only here in Paris for a couple of days. What do you plan to get up to?
Shopping, lots of coffee and cupcakes. Paris is my favorite city, and there was a short trip and I'm in the middle of my promotions. Like I mentioned, my next film is on the 18th, and I'm like, it's for 3 days. I'm coming.
Okay. Well, it's good to hear that it's not all work and no play. So, okay. Well, Kangana Ranaut, thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure to meet you. We're going to leave you with a clip from Kangana's next film, a romantic comedy called Kati Bati. Now, do remember our website. Plus, we're also on Twitter and Facebook. Stay tuned for more news here on France 24.